All right, man, we back. Mostly Sports talking a building. I was reading an article that said two NFC North coaches are on the hot seat, and one of them was Mike Zimmer from the Minnesota Vikings. Understandably, they are underperforming, and the other was I'm like, what was the other one? Matt LaFleur, I don't think so, and maybe obviously Matt Nagy, but they said that Dan Campbell may be the other coach on the hot seat. Should Dan Campbell be on or off the hot seat? Let's talk about it. Check out Detroit Lions Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video. Share the video. Subscribe to the channel, okay? I don't think he should be on the hot seat no more. He won the game. So, even though some of his coaching decisions have been abysmal, people will complain about the fourth down versus Minnesota. But if they didn't go for it on the fourth down and they punted it back to Minnesota, it probably would have been no time. It probably wouldn't have been a minute 50 on the clock to come back. So, let that marinate on your mind like Nick Boat juice. So ultimately, I like the way he's aggressive. I know New Orleans, they were aggressive, but obviously they had a certain caliber of quarterback throughout the years and had a certain caliber of a defense, of special teams, kickers, and running backs, Alvin Kamara. So I understand the school of thought he's coming from. But my thing was, if he lost every game, and even with that draw, if he didn't win a game, let me phrase that better, I thought that he should be fired. Okay? But he won the game. So I could tolerate him coming back for a year. Obviously, Brad Holmes could say, well, that wasn't my pick for head coach. Bob Quinn got to come in and fire Jim Caldwell and had to get his own head coach. And then Campbell could say, well, that's not my GM, but they found a way to work together because neither one of these guys would have got the opportunity to be here. Anywhere else. Where else did Dan Campbell interview at? I'm not sure. Did Brad Holmes interview anywhere else? I'm not sure. Okay? And they could have hired Louis Riddick, but it sounded like they couldn't afford him. So obviously let him get another year to look at his mistakes as long as he won that football game and see what they do with the number one pick. With the draft picks, it's not bad. Sewell has arrived. He was arriving at left tackle. You moving to right tackle, which I told y'all it's a clear difference. It's a big difference. Playing left tackle is the quarterback's blind side. You got to have a certain amount of arm length and talent. If you don't have an arm length, you got to have the experience in the physical makeup. Not even the mental makeup. You had the experience to play that position. You moving to right tackle, he's a freaking superstar. He's like the second highest rated tackle since moving to that position. All right. In the second round, who they picked last year? Can't remember. Anna Zorky, it is what it is. He having a slow start. McNeil having a slow start, but they showing promise. Then Elefantu, when he played in week 2, he showed, great promise. Amon-Ra St. Brown showing great promise. He scored the big touchdown. So, then they got a couple undrafted guys, and Bobby Price and A.J. Parker, and, they showing well. And they drafted other guys that obviously I don't have my computer in front of me. Like I told you, my power is out due to this win. I don't know when it's going to come back on. But they had other guys that, that was trending in that direction as well, too. So, like I said before, they did a great job from a drafting person standpoint, and we'll see what they can do this year. But, yeah, I think he should be off the hot seat. He got the win. And, the way Sheila jumped into his arms after they got the win in the locker room, I don't think he's going nowhere. And I don't think he should go nowhere. I've had my gripes, but if he didn't win the game, for me, and my opinion doesn't matter in that organization. I know that for sure. If he didn't win the game, I thought he should be out of here. But then he can point to Brad Holmes bringing Jared Goff in, and that's been the main problem. Had they got Teddy Bridgewater, had they drafted Justin Fields, or whatever situation may be, Fitzpatrick, if he would have stayed healthy, even though he hasn't in Washington, and it'd be different. Detroit is, all situations are different. But had he stayed healthy, I think they probably would be a 5 or 4 or 6 win team. The defense has played a lot better, and I told you guys that coming into the season, just with a different philosophy, they was going to be better. Look at the talent. They need to just build defense. Defense win championships. Defense in the NFL doesn't sustain success. Quarterbacks sustain success. Joe Montana, John Elway going to 5 Super Bowls. Tom Brady, obviously, that's the more popular opinion. Every year the Packers have a chance. Every year the Packers are pinned or penciled in the Super Bowl. Why? Because Aaron Rodgers. Great defenses don't last long because I have to keep playing sometimes 22 players. Sometimes the entire roster of the defense, it matters. I got to pay one guy in Aaron Rodgers to cover up all my deficiencies. Why? That's way easier. You hear me? Like I'm from New Orleans. You hear me? So yeah, that's very important. Great deep. The 85 Bears, did they repeat that first Chris McAllister, Ray Lewis defense? Did they repeat? Did Tampa and Warren Sapp and Derrick Brooks, did they repeat? No. Quarterbacks have sustained success, not defenses. I can't keep 11 guys together. That's been a proven fact. They're going to get paid elsewhere. Everybody want their payday after a Super Bowl ring. And a quarterback, I can keep him. The reason Kansas City been to 2 Super Bowls, should have went to 3 if it went for D4 jumping offside versus New England. It's because of Patrick Mahomes. And obviously there's other variables in there. Eric Bieniemy, Andy Reid, Tyrann Matthew, the Honey Badger. There's other variables in there. So that's why it's very important for them to find that quarterback. And they missed on Jared Goff. He at least be here next year. Maybe, in the contract year or, the end of his contract year, the way NFL contracts show, maybe he might ball out. Maybe with some competition, he may ball out. Now, I always used to think the reason Stafford didn't have competition was because they like Stafford. That might have been an equation, but I think the reason he didn't have competition because they was cheap. Okay, and Martha got to get it out of her mind of being cheap. You got to spend money. We should have had way higher caliber guys in these positions. At GM, in the scout room, at the head coaches. At the head coach, it should have been. But we got to stick with Dan Campbell. And I think with that one win, he deserved it. Especially with Jared Goff, anchor him down with many losses. Had they kept Stafford, they'd probably be a 6 or 7 win team. 4 minimum if he stay healthy. So that's just my opinion. So I think he shouldn't be on the hot seat. If you're talking about 2 NFC North coaches that should be on the hot seat, Mike Zimmer from Minnesota and Matt Nagy in Chicago. You got at his son's high school football game, they asked for him to be fired. If you look throughout the year, and I've been looking at some of the Detroit Lions fans' approval weights, Brad Holmes and Dan Campbell approval has been very, very high. Higher than Bobby Brown on a Saturday night in 1985. I'm joking, all right. Been very high. So nobody's really calling for him to be fired. Now he got that win, he bought himself another year. Now, if it ain't no significant improvement, which I think if they end off with 1 win and 1 draw and 15 losses, I think 4 or 5 games is significant improvement next year. So we'll see the way the pendulum go. But no, I wouldn't put him on a hot seat right now. I think no fans have put him on a hot seat all year. So he's never felt the pressure of being fired, him or Brad Holmes, okay? So let me know what you girls and guys think. Check the Detroit Lions Talk playlist out. Find me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request, all my social media links there. Twitter's the fastest way, to Facebook and Instagram. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link description. Best way to donate. Thumbs up, comment, share the video, subscribe to the channel. That subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Crucial chance to get notifications. Go live and drop a video. Appreciate the love, support. Hopefully we'll be back to regular tomorrow with the video. So I got to travel somewhere early in the day, so I have some little videos up tomorrow and big videos be up later. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. Mercy Sports Talk. Peace.